Fight with honor, make your rivals fear your voice. Die in battle to perpetuate your name, or run from danger just to live another day. Real heroes never fear the pain or death, getting stronger to their final breath. Isabella just didn't kill somebody. Please, no. Prologue. English turnabout. It's just getting weirder and weirder. Ugh, I'm feeling queasy. Come on, Nick. It's just like I said. Oh, Maya, what do you mean? You're such a worrywart. I knew you'd get it all jittery before the trial. It's not like that. It's just I didn't expect to have to stand in a foreign court. Yeah, we don't know much about the court system here. The legal league of attorneys would like this to be an exemplary case. So that would make you an exemplary attorney. I hope you don't infect any British lawyers with your nervous attitude. You're making it sound like I'm a virus or something. No, but you're an idol. My name is Phoenix Wright. I am a defense attorney. Why is she calling you Nick then? Excuse me. And this is Maya Fay, my assistant. Of sorts. Of sorts? I guess I should explain why she's dressed up like that. But it's a long story and we don't have the time. We've come to England on the Legal League of Attorneys exchange. I'm acting as a representative of the American Legal League. You know, they probably sent you because you don't even seem to be busy. We weren't supposed to stand in court, so we thought it would be like a vacation. But here we are. As usual, we've been dragged into a strange case. Hey Nick, so what do you suppose this trial's all about? What if it was this? Look, check out today's newspaper. Inspector Chelmy. Elusive jewel thieves at large in London. Scotland Yard on red alert. Wouldn't that be cool? Maya, don't get your hopes up. We're here on an exchange. It should be a simple textbook trial. Maybe tutorial. Really? London's a big city. What are the odds of us getting a case like that? Well, that's boring.
Sorry to have kept you waiting. How do you do? I am Miss Darklaw, teacher at the Alcott School for Young Women. Isabella, this man is your defense lawyer. Pleased to meet you.
This is extremely wrong. Why does she look so dead? Why is she in this uniform? Why is she a student? I mean, at least we know now, we're now in the style of Phoenix Wright. This is where how the crossover turns out. We are playing one part each time until we are combined or something. Second of all, the teacher is extremely hot. I'm sorry. Third, I don't think this is Isabella. There's somebody different, but we'll see. Also, is it the same case? Did she really kill someone? Please not. No, I don't want. Phoenix Wright, attorney at law. Pleased to meet you. I'm Phoenix Wright, your attorney. Pleased to meet you. No response. What's with this girl? Can she hear me? Is this girl the defendant in today's case? That is correct. She's the pupil I'd like you to represent. She's pleading guilty, so there's not much you need to do. Pleading guilty? I suggest you accept the punishment proposed by the prosecution. What? What kind of request is that? Isabella, what are you accused of? No response. Have you not received the case materials? No, we haven't, and we weren't told anything. My, forgive me for this oversight. Here, this is the case file. Attorney, defendant. The court hearing will begin now. Please proceed to the courtroom. Ah, just in time. Well then, I entrust Isabella to you. That's... wait, what? No way. I didn't even have the time to look through the case file. Isabella, please be a good girl and don't cause any trouble. Bruh, she won't be causing trouble in years with that attitude. Did you just mumble something?
I'm not a witch.
What is going on with this music? What is she saying? Isabella? What did she just say? I had no response again. Chop, chop, defense. Let's not keep everyone waiting. What is going on here? And so another trial begins. And as always, I've got no idea what's going to happen.
All right. Let's do it, Nick.
I'm so dumbfounded. For real, Okay.
The court is now in session for the trial of Isabella Cantabella.
For real, that's the name. Isabella Cantabella. Rhyme, ring around the roses. Pocket full of posies. What the hell?
The prosecution is ready, Your Honor.
And why is he having this gay-ass voice? Oh man, please don't let everyone be like this.
How about the defense? Are you ready?
Yes. Well, I guess you could call it ready, Your Honor.
I hear it's your first appearance in a British court.
In the British. They're even getting the British accent wrong.
Well, yes, that's right.
The Legal League of Attorneys Exchange, was it? Sounds like fun.
I hate him. I hate him already.
Hope you're enjoying the sights. You can take it easy today. Don't worry, Prosecutor Flinch will take care of everything.
Okay, I'm happy that everything is voiced, okay? Like, I don't have to read it out for you, which I'm doing, which I'm very happy to do. I hope I'm not too, it's not too much agony for you. I don't know how to say, whatever. Agonizing. But his voice, they could have really spared that. And his, please let him be a good guy.
Like amateurs, Nick.
Oh boy, this looks bad. Can I really defend this girl?
So much for the voiceover, am I right? I see. Well, since this is your first case here, I will ask you a few simple questions to make sure we're all on the same page. Oh, yes, that's fine by me. Then, time to sink or swim. Bonk. Answer my questions then, Mr. Wright. What is the name of the defendant? It's Isabella. No! I thought I had to... there was this little triangle there. I thought it was an arrow to point downwards. That's Miss Phoenix, of course. What are you saying, Nick? The defendant is the person accused of the crime. Why don't you move over to the defendant's seat then, Mr. Wright? Ah, real funny. I'd rather not. That was bad. Really, Nick, you should think sometimes. I will ask you once more. What is the name of the defendant? Of course, it's Isabella. That would be Isabella Cantabella, Your Honor. That is correct. Phew, that's the first hurdle. We already made a mistake. I see you're terribly proud of yourself for answering that basic question. Yes, I need to get familiar with the system, you fucking... Oh, no swearing. Let's move on to the next question. What is the nature of the offense? What crime is Isabella accused of? You know, Isabella seems like such a timid girl. You think it's something minor like shoplifting? Maybe. I wouldn't call it minor though. It can't be anything major like that large-scale jewel theft. Please answer the question. Can you name the 2 offenses? Did he just say 2? Nick, think. What other petty offense could it be? I don't know. I'm clueless about this case. We weren't told anything about it at all. My. Could it be that our esteemed visitor left his common sense back home? Could it be that our opposition has left his friendliness at home? And put a stick up his arse? Like for real? All the evidence is in the court record. You haven't forgotten that, have you? Ah, that's it. The court record. Right. That's what you always refer to. The court record. Yeah, please say it 4 more times. Touch the court record icon to view it at any time. Yeah, it just slipped my mind. It must be the nerves. Okay, let's check it out now. Touch the court record. The court record holds all the evidence from this case. I'd better take a look. Right, defense. You've had enough time to ponder my question. What is Miss Cantabella accused of? Fraud and assault, murder and theft, theft and assault. Theft and assault. Police records. Suspect is Bella Cantabella. Charges theft and assault. Note inflicted light injuries. Light injury. Laceration to the back of the head. Hit with a long blunt object. Yeah, oh my god, it's really that what we saw in the cutscene. With the tube. No, not tube, what is it called? With the round bar. So it's theft and assault. Luckily it's not... Oh, it goes on. Isabella Cantabella, the defendant, student at Old Code School, pleads guilty. Hot dark law. My client and Isabella's teacher at Old Code School for young women. Evidence? Oh, that. So it's theft and assault. Well, according to the case outline, it was theft and assault. Indeed, what disgusting crimes. Is that correct, defendant? Yes. No kidding, she doesn't look like a violent girl. At least not to me. It's always the kindest looking. Not that that's settled. Prosecutor Flinch. Please briefly outline the case for the court. Yes, Your Honor. The incident took place on a small freighter moored at the harbour on the River Thames. The freighter was carrying goods away from London. The defendant illegally boarded the ship and tried to steal some of its cargo. But she was discovered by a crew member and captured by the ship's security guard. So she was caught red-handed. And she violently resisted when found by the crew member? Violently resisted? Indeed, she picked up a steel pipe and hit the crew member on the head. Of course, when I said tube, I wanted to say pipe. Yeah, my vocabulary sucks, I'm sorry. Sounds pretty vicious. So that's the assault she's accused of. And what did the defendant attempt to steal from the freighter? A stuffed toy, Your Honor. Stuffed toy, sorry. It's the Metropolitan Police mascot, PC Badger. Oh, Nick, I want one. I see that mascot made a career for itself in England. Who would have thought? Is that an insider from the games? From Phoenix Wright games? Because career for itself... Okay, this went right over my head, I'm sorry. I think we all have a clear picture of the incident now. The prosecution may begin. The prosecution called its first witness. Please bring him in. There's something fishy about this trial. And there's something even fishy about my client. There isn't an ounce of expression on her face. I'd better keep my eyes wide open. Oh god, concentrating. There we have our brave...
Witness, state your name and profession.
A ship is always at risk at every hour, minute and second. That's where I come in. I am a peacekeeper, the one and only guardian to an otherwise defenseless ship. The name Smiles. Johnny Smiles. Security Guard Supreme.
Johnny Smiles? I know an actor with a similar name. But is everyone in this game so full of expressions and over the top? I mean, I wouldn't do that in a courtroom. Given I am in a courtroom, I never was. Never prosecuted for anything. Yes. According to the police report, their witness was patrolling the freighter on the night of crime. Yeah, I was patrolling the freighter, and my expertly trained eyes leave nothing unseen. I'll go blind if you keep smiling like that. Very well, Mr. Smiles, we would like to hear your testimony. Describe what happened during your night patrol. Yes, sir, Johnny Smiles will reveal all. Why does he have to be so extroverted? Witness testimony. Patrolling on the night of the crime. That night I went on patrol as usual. Said, oh. My keen ears latched onto some suspicious noises coming from the cargo hold. I sprinted at full speed to the cargo hold, but it was too late to stop the blow. The next movement I captured the criminal expertly. Within seconds I had established there was nothing out of order at the crime scene. That's not much of a testimony. And so? The woman you arrested was? It was the defendant, Isabella Cantabella, sir. And as per standard patrolling procedure, all lights were on and you saw her clearly. Is that correct, Mr. Smiles? Yes, sir. I'm an expert after all. Huh? Is it just me, or did he hesitate before saying that? The defense may cross-examine the witness. Yes, sir. I'm starting to talk like that guy. Let us see now how skilled our visiting barrister is. Yes. By the way, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor? Our cross-examination procedures should be the same as anywhere else. But just in case, would you like to have it explained to you? The cross-examination procedures should ask for an explanation. Why couldn't have they asked me this with the Professor Layton tutorial? Yeah, please tell me. Well, I guess it wouldn't hurt to refresh my memory. Nick, what are you thinking? The prosecutor is already patronizing us. Just imagine what it'll be like if you ask. But it's my first time in a British court. I'm kind of nervous. And my mind's just gone completely blank. Nick. Anyway, what you do is listen to the guard's testimony really carefully. Then, if something's suspicious, you press the witness and see what happens. Press, huh? It does sound like what I've always been doing. Got it, Maya. I'll do my best. Okay, let's do it, Nick. The defense may now cross-examine the witness. Aggressive method. That night I went on patrol as usual. My keen ears latched onto some suspicious noise coming from the cargo hold. I sprinted at full speed to the cargo hold, but it was too late to stop the blow. The next moment I captured the criminal expertly. Within seconds I was established there was nothing out of order at the crime scene. So that's all he has to say. If what he says is true, then Isabella really is guilty. And she does admit to the crimes. Yeah, that's true. But there is something not quite right in Smiles' testimony. Nick, let's press the witness to see if we can squeeze out some more info. Press. Touch the press icon on the statements to press the witness about it. If you keep pressing, you may just hit upon the truth in the story. The press icon was it. Alright, let's give it a shot. Okay, so we don't have to actually press when we see something or when we hear something suspicious. We just have to press at every statement to gather as much information as possible. And also we can use the hint coins, okay? What does present mean? Oh, okay. We rather not present anything. Well, except... okay, whatever. Press.
Hold it!
What's Z triple ZO? Ah, that's right. It's something you'd know, not being a security professional. That's our special jargon. It's how we talk about the time in our trade. Let me guess, Mr. Professional, you're using letters to tell the time. See, ZZO stands for 22:20, which is 10:20 p.m. So 10:20 p.m. That's very accurate. How can you be so sure about the time? Well, that's when a TV show I always watch in a security room ends. TV show? I meant to do the rounds at 10 p.m., but for a pro like me, it's just a guideline. That doesn't sound very professional. Anyway, I was patrolling the ship like I do every night. Your Honor, may I? What is it, Prosecutor Flinch? I would like to get the event straight while referring to this crime scene photo. The defendant and the crew member were fighting in the back of the cargo hold. Is that correct? Yes, sir. They were fighting right under that emergency light. Some items are spilling out of the broken crate. Indeed, the crate was broken by the defendant with a steel pipe. Incidentally, the items we can see spilling out are stuffed toys depicting London's own police mascot, PC Badger. I see, the crime scene photo shall be added to the court record. Okay. The witness may continue his testimony. My keen ears latched onto some suspicious noising from the cargo hold. I do not want to press at every statement. Please no. Oh, this is going to take so long.
Hold it!
And when you heard these noises, you immediately found them suspicious? That's right, an expert of my caliber can always tell when a noise is suspicious. When my spidey sense starts tingling, it means there's a crime taking place. Well, I hope we can disprove him, even though I find his motivation quite unmatched. I'm really bored of this guy, he just seems so bland. So can you tell us more about the noises you heard? That's right, the sound of two women fighting. Naturally I sprang into action, and I arrived at the crime scene in the blink of an eye. In other words, you went to the cargo hold because you heard strange noises, is that correct? Yes, that's about it. I'm back to where I started. Sprinting at full speed. Next moment to catch. Oh, sorry. Sprinting at full speed. My keenest legends. I sprinted, but it was too late. The blow. The defendant, Mr. Caterpillar, hit the crew member with a steel pipe, didn't she? Yes, that's right. As I opened the door to the cargo hold, the defendant struck the victim's head. Had I arrived a second earlier, I would have gladly stopped the blow with my own head. I don't think a second would have made much of a difference. Don't take this expert too seriously, Maya. The witness saw the defendant deal with the blow, is that correct? Yes, sir, I expertly witnessed the crime with my very own sparkling eyes. Is that so, I see? The next moment I captured the criminal expertly. And you claim the assailant was the defendant, Mrs. Cantabella. Precisely. Naturally, she abandoned all hope, seeing a security pro like myself join the scene. She dropped the steel pipe she was holding to the floor with a clank. I see. That's what a guilty person would do in that situation. Exactly, Your Honor, there's no need to continue this cross-examination. Wouldn't the guilty person just defend themselves instead of just giving up? I mean, what's the difference? I mean, the security could be armed, but if you're caught red-handed, you'd rather want to risk your own life, or at least a prison sentence or a lifelong sentence instead of just getting caught. So I think they would rather defend themselves, especially if they already got the steel pipe in their hands and are already attacking someone. I think one more wouldn't make that much of a psychic barrier. Psychological barrier, not psychic. Psychics are witches. But those are in the other story. Also, I find it funny how she's on the she was on the boat with where Professor Layton sent she. I don't even know how she got there. And then she just decided to steal something. I just hope she had a reason to. Within seconds I had established there was nothing out of the order at the crime scene. There were two people fighting. So that's all he has to say. Pressing alarm can only get us... Oh no, I thought it was... I thought it was the same dialogue. I need to get used to this. To this menu. I'm sorry, guys. Yeah, that means it's time to present evidence to the court. Present evidence. Compare what the witness is saying with the evidence in the court record. Sometimes they won't match up, and that means they're not telling the whole truth. Right, thanks, Maya. Come on, you're making it look as if I'm the attorney here. Touch the court record item to compare the evidence and the testimony. I need to present the evidence that contradicts the testimony. Okay, then let's try that. Espella may be saying she's guilty, but that doesn't mean this witness is telling us the whole story. I need to uncover the truth by myself. Okay, we can analyze that. I don't think why we would need that, to be honest. Okay.
Objection!
Oh no, what did I do? There's a clear contradiction between this statement and the evidence. No, I didn't want to. How are they even related? They aren't, are they? No, indeed they are not, and here's your penalty. Penalty, that sounds pretty serious when set by the judge. Oh my god. Okay. We need to focus. We have this photo here. With the crowbar, the plushes, some clothes, and the broken up thing. My keenest lashes of suspicious noises. First spring. Expertly. What do you think? So you say expertly. I think there's something strange. Present okay. Okay, I think the last statement with nothing is out of order, we can show this photo because there is stuff out of order. The things are open and there's this her dress and stuff and the cloak and whatever, but whatever. You're saying that there was nothing out of order in the cargo hold. Well, that's a bit funny. Huh? The point is, one of the crates in the cargo holds appears to have been tampered with. Ah, the defendant must have smashed it with the pipe. Nothing odd about it. No. Please take a look at the crime scene photo. There's this broken crate where the fight took place, but also we got this open crate there. There's another crate here that seems kind of strange, don't you think? This crate, sitting quite a distance away from where the fight took place, appears to have been forced open. Isn't this the sort of thing a security guard should immediately notice? Ahem. You testified that you established there was nothing out of order at the crime scene. So how come you didn't notice something so obvious? Oh! It's not as devastating as he makes it to be. Order. That's certainly a serious oversight, particularly for someone claiming to be an expert. Whether the witness is an expert or not, there's no relevance to this case. Of course he repeated it over and over. What matters is that he saw the defendant hit the victim with a steel pipe. What you just said, I'm afraid I can't let it slide. Excuse me? I'm an expert guard, focused, thorough, precise. Dear professional. To prove it, I will testify once more. You're all dying to know why I ignored that one crater. What? Oh, it's getting contradictory. Very well, the witness shall continue his testimony. What excuse do you think he'll come up with, Nick? Who knows? I've got a bad feeling about this, though. What did he actually see? Witness testimony. What I saw at the crime scene. Now we can also see how many more tries we have. I hope it's 5 and not 4. It's only natural that I missed the other crate. The lights in the cargo hold went on. He said he saw everything But of course I had this. A guard's best friend is his trusty pocket torch. The emergency light was on, mind, so it wasn't dark. It wasn't so dark I couldn't see. I saw the guard stand right in front of the crew member as she attacked. And there was no one else in that room. You have Johnny's word for it. Wait a moment. The security company claims that the lights were on during the patrol. Yes, that's the official procedure, you see. But those lights control can be such a pain in the... Wait, no, that's not it. I mean, the truth is an expert like me doesn't need those lights to do his work. No, when I've got this. The focus beam of my trusty torch cuts through the darkness like a laser. The witness will refrain from pointing the torch in this direction. Justice may be blind, but I'd rather not be. Okay, that I like that a lot. Oops, sorry, Your Honor. This trusty torch shall be added to the court record as evidence. Covered in chocolate fingerprints. Ew, what is that? What is it, Your Honor? This pocket torch is covered in something sticky. Ah, it seems my sweet little buddy's been up to some mischief. Sweet little buddy? Do you mean your chocolate? Johnny left sticky fingerprints all over his flashlight. Huh, don't look at me, I'm not touching it. It isn't hard to reassess his professionalism. The defense may cross-examine the witness. Cross-examination. What is at the crime scene? We only got 4 more strikes. It's only natural that I missed the other crate. The lights in the cargo hold went on. But of course I had this. A card's best friend is his trusty poker torch. Well, once I was so dark I couldn't see. Okay. No, okay. Press him about that. According to the rules, the lights have to be on, is that right? Don't spread the news, but between you and me, I'm not very good with the light controls on that ship. Even a security expert like me has their flaws, you know. So he just neglected his duty. Didn't you say before that you focus, thorough and precise, a true professional? Yes, that's true, of course. Always focused, thorough and precise, except when I'm cutting the odd corner. I aim to be a well-balanced professional, you know? Yes. Even Flinch looks unsure of how to handle this guy. But of course I had this. A guard's best friend is his trusty pocket torch. A guard's best friend? You mean that flashlight? Flashlight? It's a pocket torch. Ever watched crime dramas? Torchlit night patrols and all that? I've always thought it looked so cool. In fact, that's why I became a security guard. Now that's not a motivation you should have behind your profession. Like, if you just want to look cool in your job, look for a different one. Look for something you like to do. He seems to like his job, but I don't think he fits well for it. Really? That's a unique reason. Yeah, that's putting it nicely instead of what I said. By the way, what about the chocolate smudges on the flashlight torch? A well-prepared guard has torch in his right hand and a chocolate bar in the left. It's like an emergency ration. I'm so hot in security issues that it tends to melt. So the flashlight is covered in fingerprints from his sticky right hand. The emergency light was on, so it wasn't so dark I couldn't see. Sorry, I misclicked. An emergency light? The defendant and the crew member fall under that emergency light. Oh yes, there it is in the back of the room. Yes sir, the cargo hold was faintly lit up by the little red light there. But the regular lights are on in this picture. Well yeah, I switched them on before the police came. What? I didn't want to risk my bright career over my slightly different take on the rules. After all, I'm an expert. It's all in the details. I seriously cannot get behind this guy. A different interpretation of the rules is bending the rules, and this is not professional at all. You're an expert, alright. An expert in bending the rules. I saw the ghost right in front of the crew member as she attacked. And you saw that clearly? Yes, I got there, opened the door, and then bam, that's when it happened. I felt in my shades, they spoke to me. Johnny, you're looking at the crime here. Uh-huh. Wait a second, you were wearing sunglasses? Yeah, was a security guard without a pair of shades. These babies are a part of me. Witness, you were patrolling this freighter with sunglasses on? Of course I was. Whatever I do it with style. It's a bit of vanity a crime? Don't you wear respects for the same reason? Vanity? I wear them because I'm short-sighted, I have, you know. Same. You've got that right, Flinch. So Johnny had sunglasses on in a dimly lit room. Do you think he actually managed to see anything? Nick, check the court record. There might be a contradiction in Johnny's testimony. A good idea. So there might be a contradiction, huh? Witness, continue the testimony. And there was no one else in the room. You have Johnny's word for it. Can I use him just to... I'm trying with the torch. That statement contradicts this evidence. Does it now? I do not see any contradictions. Oh, really? Come on! Objection overruled. Another is a penalty. The defense I think very well before speaking to the court again. Okay, else. This judge is really good at threatening people. And there was no one else in the room. However, you didn't even notice the other crate. This one here. How can you prove there wasn't someone hiding inside the box? Not a possibility, I'm afraid. Huh? The wharf is fitted with CCTV cameras. The recordings from that night have already been examined. Not a single person was seen leaving the ship. If there are security cameras monitoring the ship, then why did they bother keeping Johnny around, Nick? Whoa, not so loud, Maya. So there were no other intruders. Yes, sir, that's right. Oh man, some guardians. The prosecutor could have at least checked if the lights were on or not. Yeah, you know, maybe this hasn't been all that properly investigated. You think so? In any case, some things the guard said are kinda strange. Let's see what he's saying when I'm showing him some evidence. Oh man, some guard he is. Really. So, I'm fairly certain I need to show the pocket light. But what statement contradicts this? Guard's best friend is his twisty pocket torch. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for being disappointing, but I need a hint coin. Just so I won't use anymore in the next prosecutions. Like, I just need to get behind the system. Hint. Saw the girl right in front of her. She attacked. innocent. Oh, back of the head right in front of the crew. That doesn't work. You're sure the defendant was standing right in front of the crew member? Absolutely, they were facing each other the entire time. Well, that's weird because it clearly contradicts this evidence. What do you mean? According to the victim's medical report, the blow was dealt to the back of the head. The back of the head? Do you understand now? If they were facing each other, there's no way the victim could have been hit from behind. Yes, sir. I'm sorry, I missed that. Witness, can you offer an explanation for this contradiction? Yes, explain yourself. It's the first I'm hearing of this. Yes, sir, I am. It's strange, isn't it? I'm totally sure they were fighting face to face. I'd swear there's melting chocolate bar in it. It doesn't look like he's lying, but then... Hey Nick, look at me. What are you doing, Maya? I was just checking if I could hit the back of your head while you were facing me. It doesn't seem doable, especially for someone as vertically challenged as me. What a way to say short! I'm going to use the form of short friends tomorrow. How about you keep your dangerous little experiments inside that head of yours, Maya? I kind of like living things. At least we've learned a couple of important things. First, that this witness is unreliable, and second, that the prosecution didn't investigate the case properly. If my gut feeling is right, there's much more to this case than meets the eye. Now's my chance. What should I do? Plead not guilty and wait and see what happens. Oh, come on! I'd really love to plead not guilty, but I think that's impossible because there were only those two. We know she's guilty. Like, there's no possibility there was anyone else involved. Maybe we could somehow revert a story in some way that the security guard is the culprit. But I don't think that's what the game wants from me right now. Plead not guilty is really... That's just... I think it's too fast, to be honest. I think we should wait and see what happens, but... I'm really not sure. I wait and see what happens. I can't get ahead of myself. It's better to wait and see what happens. What are you doing, Nick? This is our chance. This is when you're supposed to point your finger and wave it in people's faces. You've got to do it while they're flawed by the contradiction. Oh, come on. Your Honor, the defendant says once more that the defendant Isabella Cantabella is innocent. What? This is foolishness. Okay, the game did it for me, tutorial-wise. Just who do you think you are? Anyway, waltzing in here with your ridiculous assumptions. Balderdash, I say. That's not how it was supposed to be. What did you just say? Not how it was supposed to be. In light of this new development, the court's opinion is that the defendant is in no way clear of suspicion. However, the witness testimony has been proven unreliable. That's more like it. Looks like I'm starting to win over the judge.
Objection!
Don't forget that the defendant admits all charges. Surely her guilt is beyond doubt. The defendant is just a schoolgirl. You can't go on a confession alone. So far we have established only one thing. That Mr. Smiles is neither an expert nor even a reliable witness. A way to destroy someone's reputation. For real. Wait. In my long 6-month career as a security guard. 6 months? This is not even a trial. He wasn't even... Never have my professionalism and expertise been questioned. Isn't 6 months barely past the probation period? That's what I was saying. You should look like the bell pass. You're saying Goldilocks there is innocent. In other words, that she didn't assault anyone. And that she didn't steal this toy. Isn't that so, Mr. Lawyer? Huh. Yes, at least We have yet to see any proof that she tried to steal it. Ha ha ha, I got you there. Oh, what got me how? I have a decisive piece of evidence. The proof that the girl was trying to kidnap PC Badger. What? You do? Even Flinch is shocked. When I seized the girl at the crime scene, she was wearing clasping this in her hand. She didn't even seem to notice. And what would that be? It would appear to be the PC Badger's tag, Your Honor. Now that you mention it, this mascot does have some sort of an ill-fitting tag attached. Was this engraved on the tag? Is that an address? Oh, you mean there's an address written on there? It would appear to be Scotland Yard's and their telephone number. It is Scotland Yard's mascot after all. This tag has been ripped from one of the PC Badger toys. Yes, sir. The suspect was caught in the act of nicking this very toy. The tag was ripped off during the fight. What? Then this tag is... What we have here is the decisive evidence that she was trying to steal the cargo. No way. I wasn't expecting evidence like that. This isn't evidence. It wasn't forcefully ripped. If you looked at that, it was like the part where you normally open and close chains. This was precisely opened. At least from what I saw, we still don't have more insight. But witness, I was never informed of such evidence. If you had this in your possession, why did you hand it in to the police? Sorry, Mr. Prosecutor, I'm an expert at what I do. And my expert advice to myself was that I'd better keep this as my secret weapon. Stupid little... yeah. So I waited for the right moment to single-handedly settle this trial. He's all about standing in the middle. Spotlight's all on him. Looks like Flinch and I are both uncharted waters now. This tag is vital evidence. It will be added to the court record. Nah. Either way, if she's guilty or not, he just won. He got the spotlight, that's all he wanted in that case. Defense, Mr. Wright, was it? Yes, Prosecutor Flinch. Your appearance in this court was a very hastily decided affair. And that's true, that call from the Attorneys Association came out of nowhere. Perhaps in all the confusion, the request from a client escaped your attention. We're not instructed to accept the sentence proposed by the prosecution. What's that supposed to mean? Come to think of it, Mrs. Douglas said something about that before the trial. She's pleading guilty, so there's not much you need to do. I suggest you accept the punishment proposed by the prosecution. That's what you were asked to do. You have convinced us all of your skill, so your good name will not suffer. Why not simply admit the defendant is guilty and call it a day, huh? Oh, what do you say to that, Mr. Wright? Depending on your stance on this matter, the court may now pass the verdict. My stance? That's something I need to think twice about. Continue trial. The defense requests that the trial continues. What? The defense stands by its assertion that Isabella Cantabella is not guilty. Very well, Mr. Wright. If that's your desire, then I too have a request to make. Your Honor? Yes, Prosecutor Flinch. The prosecution calls its second witness. Hey, wait a second, what about me? Come on, guys, don't forget about Johnny. Let me start over from the top, no detail omitted. I suggest you leave the witness stand and go back to the witnessing your crimes on television. Yes. Yes, sir. God, finally he's gone. Who's the second witness? I believe a break is in order. The court will now adjourn for a 15-minute break. Mr. Flinch, prepare your witness. Is that understood? Yes, Your Honor. The defense has no objections. Looks like Flinch finally got serious about this case. And that means the real game starts now. Please, with 5 new lifelines, I can't afford to just have 3. To be continued. We played through the whole Phoenix arc. Come on. Okay, whatever. Really nice to see some insights on how it's going to be. Oh, do you want to save? Of course we want to. Alright. Yes, prologue 2. Phew, glad the first part's over. The witness was quite a character. I bet he'd love to be one in a crime drama. He'd end up making it a comedy though. I'd hate it if poor Isabella was found guilty because of a shaky testimony. But at least now it looks like we might be able to get Isabella a not guilty verdict. Yes, I hope that cheered Isabella up a bit. Oh, Mrs. Darkler. I forgot about Darkler. She's reading my newspaper. Maybe it's just me, but she doesn't look pleased. Oh, it's you. I appreciate your efforts, Mr. Wright. Thank you. But while I understand your drive to win this case... My drive? This is not the time for your personal ambitions. I told you before, didn't I? That Isabella is pleading guilty and yet you should accept the proposed punishment. This incident has already been settled between our school and the police. But Miss Darkler, Isabella could be innocent. Believe me, it will be in Isabella's best interest if you end the trial as soon as possible. The more this trial drags on, the more traumatic it is for this poor girl. Have you seen her? I think she's traumatic. She has such trauma to a point where she cannot even be traumatized even more. Look at her, no emotions. She told herself she's not a witch. What statement is that? I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry. Funny. She may be saying that she's guilty, but is she really? Why would she even say she's guilty? What is that? What is the game? In any case, Mr. Wright, we don't want our school being shoved into the limelight because of this case. So if you could please refrain from picking at meaningless details such as that toy. Get this trial over with quickly. This is your client's wish, Mr. Wright. I understand. I'll do my best. Sadly, the best for their clients is not always what they want. It's a relief to hear that. Let's go, Isabella. Yes, Miss Darkler. What a girl. What the heck was that all about? We've been busting our butts in there trying to prove that Isabella is innocent. And she expects us to give up just now? Why are you yelling at me, Maya? But when you think about it, Darkler is acting very strange. Her own papa's on trial, and she just stands around reading other people's newspapers. Yeah, what's she so busy reading about anyway? There's nothing about Isabella in that paper. Was she checking the soccer scores or something? Newspaper recorded a color record. The break is almost over, we better go back. Flinch looked really confident about this new witness. I am Isabella's defense attorney. I'll stand by her no matter what. So, second witness is Isabella herself. Huh? The court will now reconvene. Prosecution, is your witness ready? Of course, Your Honor. Bailiff, please bring her in. Okay. Now, we really want to see the second witness, but I think this will happen in the next part. Oh no, my credibility is still 3. That's not okay. Before we end though, I just want to check the mysteries. These are of course the same. Puzzle index is there. Story is also the same. I will not look through that. Items. Okay. Well then, if you like my struggling through this court case, I'd really appreciate a thumbs up or something like that. Comment or your thoughts, what will happen. I'm very intrigued to know your thoughts about that. Also, please tell me what I could improve. I will definitely try to improve my attitude. It's pretty late now. So sorry if I was quiet. If I was not hesitant, if I was too pushy at times, but yeah. I hope you have a nice evening, a nice rest of the day, and we will see you soon. It was me, your boy Minecraft. See ya.